after the League Cup show.
Evening, it's the cup competition everyone's talking about after the unforgettable events of the Capital One Cup fourth round. Tonight, with Leeds' match against Chelsea delayed until next Wednesday due to the Club World Cup, we focus on 3 of the 4 quarter-final ties. Well, Mark Bright's here to reflect on another frantic night of knockout football. Here's what's coming up on tonight's show. The conquerors of cup holders Liverpool welcomed one of the form teams of the Championship, Middlesbrough, to South Wales tonight. We've all the action from a big occasion for Michael Laudrup's Swansea at the Liberty Stadium. It was arguably the greatest comeback in cup history. Arsenal's recovery from 4 down to win 7-5 at Reading has entered football folklore. The Gunners' prize, a trip to League Two giant killers Bradford.
And there's no doubting Paul Lambert's contribution to Norwich City's recent success, but his departure to Aston Villa in the summer was a bitter pill to swallow. If his new club was to dump his old club out of the cup, now that really would be rubbing their noses in it.
Right, no time to waste, and where better place to start than Valley Parade. They've been this season's cup giant killers. Bradford City of League Two have so far defied all the odds to beat 3 sides from higher divisions, including an away victory at Premier League Wigan in the last round. But on Tuesday night, the Bantams would come up against Arsenal, a club who, after their heroics against Reading, seem to have their name written on the trophy. Peter Drury was in the commentary box.
The Capital One Cup is down to its last 8, and sitting proudly within that octet, the club currently 72nd in the English League rankings. That is Bradford City. For this final club, it is the biggest event in the decade plus since dropping out of the Premier League. If only for one night, the good times are back at Valley Parade and Arsenal are in town. Extraordinarily, this is Bradford's 10th cup tie of the season. They have yet to lose one, and these players will be building on the confidence of a 5-match unbeaten run in all competitions. It's the same 11 who beat Torquay on Saturday. Local boy James Hansen has 7 goals this season, and his Bermudan partner Naki Wells has 14. For Arsenal this time, no compromise. Injury, not choice, denies them the services of Olivier Giroud, Theo Walcott, Abu Diaby, Andre Santos and Laurent Koscielny. But in the face of their reputation for fielding the youngsters on this sort of occasion, they go formidably strong. 8 of these started the Premier League win against West Brom on Saturday. Arsene Wenger has been here before, he hasn't won here before. It's his first time face-to-face with Phil Parkinson in any competition. Hit early for Gervinho, who's onside here with Ramsey dashing into the box. Gervinho ultimately closed down by Rory McCardle. Gervinho got dangerously goal side. Ramsey was momentarily available to him. Gervinho thought he'd go himself. Another Arsenal corner. There to Saka forward. In by Cazorla. And over from Vermaelen. Sanya. Out by McHugh. Came to Cazorla. Skewed out to Sanya. Gathered in by the experienced Matt Duke, whose clearance is immediate. And asks Wells to chase and gather. He does so in the face of Vermaelen, through whose legs he played it impudently. So that Vermaelen was reduced to a pretty crude block. Gary Jones has this free kick, for which Hansen, amongst others, waits. Quarter an hour in at Valley Parade. In by Jones, and in by Gary Thompson! And Bradford City's dream goes on! The roof is off the place! Can you credit this? Jones free kick, deflected for Thompson, crisp volley, roof of the net, Bradford City 1, Arsenal 0. Believe it, boss, believe it. Sanya. Kathola. Sanya. Coquelin. Coquelin! Against the post and out. Arsenal's most threatening moment, and there could be more here. Sanya's ball in. Meredith cleared. Kathola high and horrible. Duke was beaten. I might argue he just about had his near post covered, but there was enough of a target area there. The Frenchman was very close to finding it. Sanya. Ramsey. Wilshere. Smart turn. Ramsey. Podolski. Gibbs. And Gervinho couldn't get a stun on it. Some of the best football Arsenal have played. Lovely series of passes, each pass with a purpose. Podolski's for Gibbs looked to have opened them up, and Gibbs for Gervinho looked to have laid on an equaliser, and inexplicably Gervinho got his feet all wrong. In by Hansen, and Wells! Oh my goodness, it's within a foot of 2-0. Prodigious leap from Hansen, took Vermaelen out of it, did Wells, but under pressure from the Belgian skipper, who was able only to steer it and inch the wrong side of the post. Here is Rosicky. Away from Gervinho by Derby, back in by Rosicky. And Sanya, good save Duke. After a crisp strike, immediately he's introduced by Oxlade-Chamberlain. Sanya, Oxlade-Chamberlain beyond Chamakh and behind by McArdle. And Arsenal have reached the point now with 20 minutes to play where they are throwing the kitchen sink at it. Chamakh a target, Mertesacker a target, Vermaelen in there too. Cathola's take. Let's come last off Chamakh. He takes his team to Southend on Saturday and then to Wickham. He takes his team to Reading on Monday and then to Wigan. 10 minutes of this cup tie plus stoppage time to see out first. And Arsenal will gladly play 30 minutes more if it kept them in the competition. Wilshere! Duke got down. Weak clearance from McHugh. Oxlade-Chamberlain. Meredith stands his ground. Jack Wilshere on your side, you've always got a chance. Wilshere. Mertesacker. Rosicky. Chamakh. Mertesacker is playing as an auxiliary centre-forward now for Arsenal. That's the stage we've reached. Rosicky. Chamakh, desperation now. Kathola! Deflected wide. Desperate urgency from Arsenal now. Kathola against McEwen behind. In by Santi Kathola. Away by McArdle. Kathola once more. It's in! They've grabbed their equaliser! Skipper to the rescue! Thomas Vermaelen! Bradford hearts broken! First cross repelled, the second from Kathola, met thunderously by Vermaelen at the back stick, and Arsenal, within 3 minutes of humiliation, saved the game and and stay in the Capital One Cup. Cazorla, Rosicki, Cazorla, last stoppage time minute, Rosicki. Foul on him by Doyle. There are a few you would want over it more than Santi Cazorla, or from Bradford's point of view, less. 4 in their wall, all on this strike of the ball. Cazorla, Duke got behind it, it came to Rosicki, 5 seconds left, it came out to Cazorla, and Duke has saved. Gervinho denied it by McHugh. Was the last action. Cazorla's free kick repelled. Cazorla's follow-up repelled. Gervinho repelled. And Bradford have stood strong. They so nearly won the game. As it is, the game is extended. Mertesacker. Sanya. Cazorla! Oh, he's rattled the crossbar. It's a fabulous strike. He is such a good player. In all circumstances, in the biggest venues in the land and on the continent. This is it. Just this minute separates us from penalties. This heroic Bradford effort, vulnerable to this Jack Wilshere free kick. Out by McHugh. Oxlade-Chamberlain, Vermaelen, last chance, in by Vermaelen, out by Connell, Sanya, Wilshere, Gibbs, away by McHugh, came to Cazorla, it's Santi Cazorla, and Duke has kept it from going behind. And the next thing he will face will surely be a series of penalties. What a cup tie, what a tale. 2 hours football have failed to separate the Premier League stars of Arsenal and the stars for the night of Bradford City, who have been truly heroic. It is Bradford to go first. And it is Nathan Doyle. Nathan Doyle for Bradford. He's successful again, and they are on the ball. And so, Santi Cazorla, so often Arsenal's standout player, is behind their first penalty. And Duke has saved it! The goalkeeping star of the last 16 at Wigan becomes a goalkeeping star of a shootout against Arsenal in the quarter-final. Gary Jones to double that lead. Jones tucks it in. And they draw closer and closer. And Marouane Chamakh takes the long walk. Duke believes in everything now. Chamakh must defy that belief. And he's hit the post! And Bradford really are nearly there. Disbelieving look from Wenger. A successful conversion here by Stephen Darby takes Bradford to match point. Darby, it's weak. It's weak. And Szczesny drags Arsenal back into it. Bradford still have something in hand. Pressure on Wilshere, and he scores. And Arsenal are on the board. Alan Connell, he scored at Wigan in the last round in the shootout to take Bradford to the cusp of the dream outcome. And he has put it away with real confidence. Great applause. They're daring to think it might happen. Alex Oxlade-Chamberlain, if he fails, Bradford win. He has to. He does. Still have one for it. It is the former Manchester United man, Richie Jones, on whose shoulder all the weight remains. Jones for the match. For eternal stardom in the city of Bradford. For one of the great moments in the history of this lovable club. Richie Jones has been denied. Chesney stops him. And Arsenal are within one successful conversion of parity here. Thomas Vermaelen has rescued Arsenal once. He now has this kick to drag the shootout into sudden death. He's missed it, and Bradford have won! One of the most famous nights in the history of Bradford City, of Valley Parade, of the city of Bradford. An extraordinary achievement. Phil Parkinson leads his League Two team into the semi-final of the League Cup for the first time ever. And Arsenal of the Premier League, of the Champions League, 65 places, Bradford superiors, have fallen at the very last hurdle of a marathon night, which Phil Parkinson, his staff, his players, and all folk Bradford will never, ever forget.
The story will probably be about the penalty shootout, but I want it to be about the performance over the 120 minutes. And we've taken Arsenal 3 minutes away from beating them in normal time. We had the setback of the equaliser, and we had to go again. We said to the lads at the end of the game, you know, we've come this far. Are we fit? And are we strong enough to go again? And they all looked at me and said, yeah, absolutely.
It was important not to be 1-0 down in a game like that, and after that they've defended very solid. They survived physically, and we couldn't convert our chances. And I believe up front we were not really incisive, you know, and we didn't really hurt them really enough.
It's a great night for the city of Bradford, not just the football club. It's a great night for us, and you know, it's kind of not sunk in yet for the players and myself, the enormity of what we've just done. But I'm sure it will do tomorrow morning.
Well, Mark, the biggest crowd in over 50 years at Valley Parade, and what an unforgettable night for Bradford City and their fans.
One of those nights that fans will never forget and talk about for years to come. It really was a giant killing. I mean, when the draw was made, I have to say, Damien, I thought it was perfect for Arsenal. You know, they've got the lowest ranked team in the competition. Like Bradford have got like Arsenal, one of the big names, so they'll pack out the stadium and it'll be a win-win. You know, I'd expected Arsenal to go on and win it, but a great night for Bradford City Football Club. Arsenal helped them a little bit, some horrendous misses. Yeah, I mean, Arsene Wenger simply said that, you know, they didn't convert their chances. You have to say this is probably, you'd expect a Sunday morning player to tap that in. Gervinho, he gets a touch on it, and I mean, that's the amazing thing. He gets a good look at it, then he just touches it wide. I mean, you just have to score. You're a Premier League player here. You know, these are international players. And they had chance after chance, and they didn't take them. And Bradford, obviously, grew in confidence, got the first goal and went on to win.
This was a chance to win a cup. They've not had a trophy for 7 seasons now. How much pressure is Wenger under? I think he's under more pressure now, I really do, because I know people who've got boxes at Arsenal and season ticket holders, and they are all complaining. They're saying 4th place is not a trophy. They want silverware. That's what memories are made of, going to Wembley, lifting trophies, photographs, being in those occasions. Arsenal haven't been in it enough. I mean, they had the chance 2 years ago, blew that chance against Birmingham, and they haven't had a chance since. Let's not take anything away from Bradford City. Matt Duke, the keeper, was in unbelievable form, wasn't he? I thought the whole team, full credit to him. Phil Parkinson said, you know, the back four and the goalkeeper were immense. I mean, Matt Duke, I thought, pulled off save after save. Now, you could say there were shots from distance, you know, or outside the area, or good height. But listen, he positioned himself well, he was focused, he was concentrated. And it was just one of those nights. I think as a fan, you're inside that stadium, you sense it. You sense the upset. You know, the longer the game goes on, I mean, to take them to nearly
full-time 90 minutes. I mean, Arsenal scored with 3 minutes to go, and then extra time. And here he is pulling off the 2 saves. I mean, they've got a great record, as you know, in penalty shootouts.
That's right, and there's a shot here of the players just having a bit of a pep talk before the shootout.
Yeah.
They always win them.
They've won 9 straight penalty shootouts for this season. I don't think they're laughing, joking at Arsenal or anything. Look, they're smiling here. They've taken Arsenal all the way. They've taken Arsenal to penalties. They know they're very confident in taking these penalties. I think, and Arsenal, they've got a team of international footballers. You'd expect them to hold their nerve at that stage, but as we saw, a great night for Bradford.
And as crazy as it sounds, in the semi-finals, they won't fear who they play.
No, of course not. I mean, they're League Two. I mean, the bottom tier of professional football, and in the semi-finals, and full credit to them because they stuck to their task. They were immense, they were courageous, they were defiant. You know, they really, really wanted that cup tie, and it was one of those nights where it was absolutely fantastic. A great atmosphere inside that stadium.
Absolutely. Now